Have you ever woken up and looked at yourself and realized that you had blemishes all over your face? Perhaps wish that you could cover them up, but you don't? Maybe it's because you don't know how to cover them up. Or maybe it's because you don't have the time to do it. Well, today I'm going to teach you how to put on a quick base face, or just your face part of your makeup, in a quick and orderly fashion. The first thing you're going to want to do is have a beauty blender or a brush. I prefer a beauty blender. It sets my makeup into my skin better, I've always felt like. So another thing is you're going to want to make sure this is clean. So one way to know if beauty blenders are clean or not, if they're dirty, I mean, mine's not even that clean. You can kind of see my foundation in there somewhere. But the more of the original color you buy them at, the cleaner they are. And also, the cleaner they are, the more they're going to expand. So what you're going to want to do after you know that it's clean and you picked your certain tool, beauty blenders give more of a natural finish and really set your foundation in. Brushes just kind of have more coverage, or they cover more blemishes. So I always prefer blenders. Anyway, so you're going to want to go ahead and pump your foundation. I usually do about 2 pumps because I need a little bit more coverage than most people. And you're just going to want to go ahead. You see where the foundation is? Go ahead and pat it there. And blend it around your face. See the difference? I'm only going to do one side of my face so that you can see the difference in what foundation can really do. So that's actually probably all I'll cover of my face. I think you get the point. So this is one side of my face. Wow. Compared to my forehead and the other side of my face. The next step, after application, so we apply the foundation, the next major step is blending. So that's basically taking whatever tool you already used, mine was a blender, and really just making sure that every spot is covered and you don't see more foundation in one area than another. If I were doing my whole face, I could really show you how that would entail. So really covering every single spot. Ensure that every spot is covered and you're not letting anyone be lonely and left out. And then you can decide basically what kind of coverage you want. How much of your skin is covered up. Like, this is a pretty natural, it looks like skin, if you look here. It isn't really compared to the rest of my skin, but it looks like it might be my natural skin. But if I wanted more of my skin covered, and if I wanted to look like models where it's flawless, then I would use more of this for more coverage. The next thing you're going to want to do is grab your loose translucent powder so that your makeup stays in your face. If you're someone with oily skin, like me, you'll want to use a beauty blender to really set it in. If you're someone with more dry skin, you could go with a brush, because that just sits at the surface and doesn't necessarily set your makeup all the way in. So I'm not going to do it because I don't want to not be able to take this off. But this is translucent powder. And say my hand's full of foundation. I'll just want to set that in and set it in. And set it in evenly all across my face. After you do that, what you're going to want to do is take a big fluffy brush. You don't get a choice until a big fluffy brush. And you'll want to take a foundation that is a powder that is the same color as the liquid you already put on. And you'll want to open it. Tap it a few times, make sure you don't have excess. Just rub it in your powder and press it on the places where you already put your foundation. So if you look, for example, if I just did setting powder, the powder will always have good coverage, meaning you can't even tell I just had a clear powder there. So had I put this clear powder on this foundation, it would have stuck to my skin. And then once I do this, and make sure that it stays my skin tone. Now that you have been informed on how to apply, blend, and then set your makeup, although I did forget the most important part. After you do that, you'll want to use a setting spray. And you just spray it all over your face and it dries and it's in. Now that you guys have learned how to apply, blend, and set your makeup, never again will you let your confidence be drained from a blemish or a few. Thank you so much for your time.